Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Tier 8 German medium tank, the Panther 8.8. Now, this vehicle used to be one of the rarest vehicles to find out there on the battlefield. In fact, I would say it was just about as rare to find a Panther 8.8 a year ago as it was to find the IS-6 Fearless, because this tank had only been sold one time, and all those people that got it got a refund as well, because the tank was, we'll just say it wasn't the best vehicle when they did buy it. But Wargaming decided to buff the vehicle quite a bit of times over the past couple of years, and they've brought it back once again for the price tag of 8,500 gold if you want to get it fully equipped with the camouflage, or 7,500 without anything on it. Now, the thing about the Panther 8.8 is it's kind of a novelty tank, because if you think about the price of 7,500 gold, well, the Object 252 came into the stores about 2 weeks ago for the price tag of, I think it was 8,500 or 7,000 around there. The AMX M4 MLE came around in the stores for around 7,500. That's the same for the IS-3 Defender and the T-28 Defender. Now, if you know anything about those vehicles I just listed, they are all fantastic and pretty much borderline OP tanks. Maybe not the AMX, but the other ones, yeah, they're pretty borderline overpowered. And the thing about the Panther 8.8 is it's not really overpowered. It's kind of like an E50M at Tier 8, but it kind of lacks the armor. So it's just a big box. It does get the occasional bounce, but the real nice thing about this tank is the gun. But the reason I mean by it's a novelty is that if you're wanting to buy this tank for 7,500 gold, it's not going to be the best vehicle you have in your garage. It's not going to be overpowered. It's not going to carry you games. This tank is strictly going to be for fun. It's going to be based off player skill. So that's one thing you have to know right off the bat. Now, I'll be telling you in my personal opinion if I do think it's worth the price after the end of these videos. But of course, if you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below, as it helps out the channel a crazy amount. Now, we got that T-49 just jumping across the battle over there, and we're detected by something. I don't know what that is, but it is something, and that's not something I like, because I don't really have armor in a Tier 9 battle, as we know. It's probably like the AMX that's detecting me or something, but honestly, I have no clue, because there's nobody spotted over here. That AMX is pushing quite aggressive as it is, but yeah, honestly, that's kind of weird. I haven't had that happen to me in a while, just get randomly detected. Actually, you know what? I was detected through a wall the other day. That's a little fun story, but here we go. Aiming in on that T-28 Defender, you'll start to see some of the good things about the Panther. The one is the gun. I absolutely love the gun mounted on this vehicle. Now, that is a Conquer, which means that it's probably going to conquer my armor like no tomorrow, because of course I don't really have armor compared to a Tier 9 gun. It will turn me into Swiss cheese. But again, you will notice one thing about the Panther, and that is the gun mounted on the vehicle is fantastic. In my opinion, this is one of the best guns on a Tier 8 vehicle in the game, just because of how accurate it is. I honestly don't miss shots with this tank, because you'll notice here it doesn't disperse at all on the gun. It just hits, and it keeps on hitting every single shot. So we got that AMX again. Nice little tap into that AMX. Even if this guy tries rushing me, I'm not super worried. We're already about to reload our third shell into this guy. And while he did tap us, again, that is already 3 shells we have loaded into that tank. We've got the Conqueror on the side as well, but I don't really want to play with the Conqueror, to be fair. We also got the 49 off to the other side, and that is a tank that I do want to hit really quickly and finish off, just because a T-49 is not a target I want to play with anytime soon. Now, our T-92-1 is right here as well, and let's get a finishing shot into that T-28 Defender, something I probably want to do as well. But right now, there's a lot going on. My team they're doing good, but as you can see, we've got a lot of deadly opponents off to the side here, like that T-54E1. And as you can see there, the frontal armor, again, while it is good, just doesn't really stand up against those kind of guns. But we're still doing the best we can here. That Conqueror probably just going to pull out and shoot me, especially because my teammate's not backing up here. You probably do want to back up, though, teammates, at least to the quickest of your abilities. Let's get a nice tracking shot into the Conqueror. That is always something that you want to do. There you go. He fired. We've also got that T-54. Nice little shot into you. There's a lot of opponents right now in the enemy team, and I was taken out, as you can see, but still did a very solid job and kind of showed the good things and as well the bad things about the Panther. Now, hopefully my E75, there you go, gets a nice little tap. I'm actually really happy that Wargaming did make this E75 TS event free, because it is pretty cool that a bunch of people can get it. But the thing about the Panther 8.8 is, you saw there, it's a good tank. Like, the gun is fantastic on the vehicle. In fact, that's why I love the vehicle, is because the gun is so accurate that it literally doesn't miss. Like, I don't think I missed one singular shell there. Every shot went where I aimed it, went into the turret weak spots of that Conqueror. The shots went into the turret, the top of the turret you saw there on the T-28 Defender. I didn't miss any on that T-49, which was a little bit of a sketchy shot. But that is what I love about the Panther 8.8, is the gun is literally like a leopard's accuracy. It just doesn't miss. And of course, that that gives you a lot of advantages out there on the battlefield, especially when you're pushing against other medium tanks. Oh, I thought the C-75 TS was on a roll, but sadly he missed that. But you know what? Oh, I thought he was going to ram the guy. But the thing about I was about to say the AMX 1390 because I had that guy stuck in my head. But the thing about the Panther 8.8 is the gun's great. You know, that's a fantastic thing. You can see this game I did 3,300 damage. I didn't even think I did close to that, but you can see for that game we did an excellent amount of damage. However, I will say there is one very big issue with this tank, and that is the penetration. While the gun's aiming time is fantastic, of course with 237 millimeters of premium pen, that means that you can't get through most frontal armor at some of even the tier 8 opponents. Let's say like a Tiger 2's front, an M6 Experimental. When you're aiming at tier 9 opponents, you can't get through an M103, you can't get through the front of a E75. There's a lot of opponents that you really struggle to penetrate the front of with the Panther 8.8 that a vehicle, let's say like the Panzer 58 with its very nice premium penetration sitting at 260 wouldn't really struggle with. So that is one issue I will say about the Panther 8.8 is loading those premium rounds, it really does struggle to penetrate some opponents. But again, the gun is so accurate, and this tank's also extremely mobile. It does give you the advantage to get behind your opponents, try and flank them. You got to play outside the box when you are running this tank. Now, on this battle here, we got to look again on what opponents we're up against. So we got the ISU 152, the Scorpion G. Those are two very deadly tier 8 tank destroyers. In fact, they will go not only through my turret armor, but they'll also go right through the hull, no problem whatsoever. So I've got to take this hill very, very leniently. I've got to be smart. I can't really peek too long. I've just got to try and snap the shells. And again, the nice thing about this gun is that it is very nice at snapping shots because it's got that fantastic accuracy. One thing I always like to say is that accuracy sometimes is way better than having, you know, good DPM, because a vehicle like the Leopard, while it does have, by the way, just stupid DPM on the Leopard, the thing about the Leopard I find is that it's got kind of everything going for it. Now, it's got the aiming time, but it doesn't have armor. That's the biggest issue with the Leopard, of course, is that it has absolutely no armor going for it. But even though, let's say if I'm running a tank like the STB, I can run it more aggressive, the thing is that I probably penetrate more shells average on my my Leopard than I will any day on my STB, because of course the Leopard just has way better accuracy going for it. Now, that was a bit of a mistake on my part. I kind of wanted just to finish this guy off, but I did not realize that they would have another tank sitting back there. But we are using this dead Scorpion G's carcass as some armor at least. And again, I'm getting out that nice DPM on this Pantera, so I'm doing the best I can here, but I did not think that there was going to be a Pantera back there. Definitely a little bit of a waste of hit points, at least for my tank there, but it's not the end. I'm just going to get out of here. We can deal with that guy in a little bit, but yeah, right now I'm just going to go back up this hill. Okay, so what do we got? So again, that Pantera sitting off to the side, as we do know. There we go, Pantera spotted. Are we going to be able to get a shot? No, it doesn't look like it, unless he just pulls out, which, ooh, that was a little bit of a tasty bounce there on the butt of a Pantera. I gotta love when that happens. But we're going to continue over here, I guess. We'll see if we can get some shots, like one into this ISU, who's not aiming at me. So there you go. Nice little tap into that ISU 152. I can't tell if that guy's stock, but it honestly did look like he was running stock. There's a nice tap into the T44 as well. This thing's got a very nice reload, 5.5 seconds, the same as like the AMX CDC. Nice tracking shell into that T44. We'll get another shot if we can, right into the guy. There we go, another nice tap, 275 as well, max roll, and there goes the T44. Pantera as well, getting a big shell slapped into that tank, and this is pretty much the Panther 8.8 in a nutshell for you. You can see the gun is fantastic. It just keeps bringing the pain on and on and on, and it doesn't miss. As I said, it just really just keeps on going, and that's why I love the Panther 8.8 personally. It's just because it's kind of a different cup of tea. It does everything you wish it would, and that's the thing about it, is that it doesn't, you know, do any exceeding expectations, but the gun is fantastic. It doesn't miss any shells. The tank does what it's meant to do on the battlefield, and I honestly really do enjoy playing this vehicle. Now, let me know, by the way, in the comments down below if your game has been having this issue as well, but for some games, it just instantly doesn't show me the battle results. Kind of weird, but that game, as I did see, we did around 2,500 damage, pretty nice amount. We did make a little bit of a mistake there when that Pantera was sitting up on the ridge, but overall, as you saw there, the Panther did a very solid job once again in the battle that it was placed in, and that is why I enjoy this tank. Now, onto the price tag. Is it worth the price? I'm going to have to still say a no. While I do think the Panther 8.8 is a fun vehicle, and it's fantastic to play if you do know what you're playing, the issue with the 8.8 is just, it's not worth 7,500 gold when you can buy vehicles like the Object 252 for the same price. That's the issue I'm having here. Is just, why would you spend $25 on a Panther 8.8 when you can spend 5,500 gold right next to it, not only get 30 days of premium, 500,000 credits, the legendary camo, plus the attachments, plus all the equipment for 5,500 gold. Yeah, it's kind of a question on, would you rather get a T34 or get the Panther 8.8? I personally will say that I think the T34 is a way better deal currently than the Panther 8.8, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like it, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. But other than that, I hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.